Can I just say, I gotta check. I don't remember, I don't think in season 1, Libby and Jeff were there. I'm pretty sure they weren't, actually. But that's cool that they updated it to where they have these two for season 2. Or maybe it was even during season 1, I'm not entirely sure. But season 2, I'd imagine. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Anyways, hello, my Fox Nights. I'm Never Fox. Sorry, I'm going to try to catch up to Molly Mcgee and Moon Girl and all this stuff. But let's just get into this. These are episode 2 and 3. Technically episode 2. Oh, shit. Episode 2 and 3 of The Ghost of Molly Mcgee. The first one being... Let me see here. That's for, nope. There's my notes. Bookmark Sprites. Which, in one sense, is an okay, pretty episode. Also, God, the parodies of, like, they always go, like, let's make the dumbest friggin' parodies for these things.
Poor woman surrounded! Dr. Featherbrain! Oh, so what you gonna do?
The page already! Come on, I need to know how Worm Woman wiggles her way out of this.
Hey, don't rush me!
And there's the skip. And the Big Apple.
Wow, what an ending!
Also, that croissant does not look right.
Spoilers!
Ooh, and what are we...
But anyways, just a quick synopsis of these. I think Molly McGee's an easier one to review, I say, and then there's going to be another 40-minute episode. Pretty much, Libby, Scratch, and Molly are in the bookstore. Libby is set in charge while Mom goes out. But turns out there's a ghost in the bookstore that isn't Scratch, called a book sprite. Let's see. Also, can I just say, Libby, I love Molly, but Libby is probably one of my major favorite characters for so. And it's funny because usually the side character, especially the friend side character, usually isn't my favorite. But Libby, I don't know, just her energy.
Does anyone here slurping? No food or drink in the store on my watch.
Like, I don't know. It's weird how, like, she's scared of everything, but then also almost one of the bravest characters. And I'm like, that's kind of like, alright.
Aww, it's a cute little ghost. Must love reading. What's your poison, little ghoul?
But anyways, they found a new ghost
fiction,
type.
Romantic non-fiction.
I just note, wait a minute. Now they study the romance and relation. Love is still a subject of much debate. The equation of romance is being studied top universities around the globe. Leading experts in the field, such as Dr. Heather Paul, PhD, say romance is tricky. Subject approach. Scientifically, we are broaching the study with strong. I'm pretty sure that was sucked up first. Strong hypothesis. The key to love is to love yourself. In Levin's previous formula, Dr. Paul's uses high-tech chemistry to monitor subjects. You guessed it, chemistry. The mathematical equation scientifically proven to solve for love. I'm sure that's probably something, but I'm not going to fucking try to guess it. A plus, what is it, affection plus 22 to 22 squared to each other, but divided by 51 minus 50. 1 pi infinite? Studied. It's nonsense.
Okay, it is devouring books. Literally. Hey, you gotta buy before you try.
A tiny menace. I just realized that. That's a funny That's a good joke.
This is bad.
Don't
joke. Worry.
But anyways, so basically, and then things get worse. Basically, they got to try to get this guy out of here first off, hiding a mess from Mom. Oh, there's a lot of little hidden Easter eggs. I just realized that. Since that's the whole thing that Libby's kind of doing.
What we got here is
looks like a story sprite to me.
I mean, yeah, that's what the lay people call it.
Okay, it's
I love how just their stances are very, like obviously Molly's stance compared to Libby, where Libby's more straight up and then Molly's more hips to the side. I love like little things that show detail like that.
Ghost that consumes knowledge.
How does that work? How did that flip?
They're said to have caused the Dark Ages by destroying the world's books.
Yes, good.
I feel like someone forgot how pop-up books work.
That's exactly what they do.
Although I did have one once with dinosaurs.
And I know that's true because I've experienced them many times.
Yeah, but I can't let the store get destroyed on the one day I'm in charge.
So basically they're trying to get rid of the sprite, but then also...
Ollie!
God damn it. Oh, Ollie's here! Which, this episode has a song that I find really funny, because if you change one point of context in this, it's a song where you're like, yeah, this is bad.
Ghost and a ghost hunter.
And basically, these guys are gonna decide. These two team up to. Also, these two decide to chase the Sprite. She decides to try to keep Ollie off of this. But also, the thing is, I don't like that they didn't show when Libby first meets Ollie. I wanted to see that. I don't know if maybe because in season 1 they did put certain episodes out of order where, like, if I remember correctly, like, it's the turnip episode. The turnip episode, like, the turnip rolled and it hit the statue of the actual, like, I think it was the founder of Brighton, which was the sister of, like, who they thought was it before, but then or at least a hero of Brighton, and like that's where the turnip stopped, and the turnip couldn't break through that. But then like I think 2 episodes later, we see another statue in the same spot, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, no, this guy was the hero." And then by the end of the episode, we find out, no, it was this woman. And then they have the statue that was in the turnip episode. So I don't know if this is just they put the episodes out of order, or did they just completely skip when Libby and Ollie were gonna meet? Because I kind of would have liked to see it. Then again, it could be that they haven't met, and it's just Scratch and Molly have told Libby about Ollie, and like she just knows of him. But yeah,
hell, we don't know that he's here in a ghost
the exhilarating life of
hunting capacity. He might be here because he loves literature.
Romantic story. Toilet cakes. Why is there so many toilet cakes?
Wow.
I love that so much because yeah, that's exactly how I kind of thought would happen. That Scratch and Libby would be on the exact same page. I called that my last review. I called that 100% that Libby and Scratch would be on the exact same page on that note. That I would 100% see that, like, yeah, no, like, I ain't taking this shit. I 100% don't agree with this.
But he's a good person. With his sense of civic duty and his cute little laugh and
oh boy,
the way his hair does that adorable swoopy thing.
She is not having any of this. Neither is Scratch, obviously.
You brought it up.
No, we didn't.
we didn't.
Well, you did. I heard you said, look, never mind. You two worry about the story, Sprite, and I'll deal with Ollie.
Ghost, and Molly Mcgee.
God damn it. Did the writers just go crazy for a second? I feel like they just like, yes, random. And just like, it made me laugh, sure, but I was watching, I'm like, are they being possessed? And then I'm like, all right, and it's never brought up again, and we never see something like that happen again, so it's just like, okay. It's very strange. Where's my mouse? God damn it, I got a new monitor. Well, technically not a new monitor, I have to technically see it.
Oh, Ollie, hey, hi, great to see you. Whoa!
And basically, in short, these guys, Molly, again, leads him away.
Ghost in this story.
Also, his stuff actually works. It can actually detect things, which is surprising. Also, apparently, Scratch, like, the Sprite... I'm wondering if Scratch actually is becoming more powerful as he's set as the chairman now. Because... yeah, like, that thing went psycho when Scratch popped up, but when the Sprite was around, it didn't do anything. So, I'm wondering if that's kind of saying, like, yeah, Scratch is actually becoming kind of powerful.
That can't be right.
Don't worry, Molly. I won't stand by and let innocent book lovers be haunted. I'll rid you of this phantom. And if I happen to prove with hard, indisputable evidence ghosts exist, hey, bonus, right?
Also, another thing that, like, let's say comparing this to... I keep bringing up the Owl House again, is my favorite anime show. When... ah, shit. Hey, father, what's up?
Nothing much. What you doing, son?
Recording a video.
Oh, what What the hell?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll let you go.
Why? What's up?
No, nothing. Just call you to talk.
Oh, all right. Then I'll call you later.
Alright, love you. Talk to you later.
I'll talk to you later. Bye. Back. Sorry. One thing, like, let's say again, Owl House, Amity, and Luz. You felt way more that there was. Like, there was obviously more of a connection, I think, in a sense of, like, and again, I get it, and I feel like that's kind of also what's setting up that this is kind of just a crush that Molly's having, because, and also, if anything, it's probably going to show at the end, like, some people you can't change. I have no idea. But, at least how it felt like they were liking each other a lot more. Molly, so far, talking about Ollie, seems more focused on all of his physical traits. There are some things he kind of like. I guess it does bring up a little bit about, like, when he helped. I'll bring that up when he bring up to the I love him, but he's racist song. That's kind of a thing that happens.
Right. Okay, it says here the first thing to know about story sprites is
that when they eat something, books for a defense mechanism, they will then become what they eat.
the words they eat.
Yeah, Minotaur, that's
Taking a
great.
stab in the dark here, but I'm guessing that book was the story of a Minotaur?
Also, this is a very big-ass bookstore.
My ghoul goggles will show me anything supernatural in this shop. And they help me keep my swoopy bangs back.
I hate you. I don't know what it is. I just hate... I think it's the cockiness. Do I not like cocky characters? Because he is kind of giving me a little bit of Ronaldo vibes, but not in a very bad way. Like, it's the weird thing, like... I feel like Ronaldo knew he was being a pain in the ass, / he was a pain in the ass, that, like, he just chose to be more and more of an asshole. Ollie, I don't think he knows. Ollie doesn't know he's being a pain right now to Molly and everyone else. But anyway, it kind of sets up like he's kind of brought into it by his dad, whose dad kind of... It's a thing, but... Yeah, it's a Wraith... Wait a minute. Hold on. WRAITH-DAR? Wait, hold on. Oh, shit. That's why it was beeping for Scratch. That's why it was beeping for Scratch. Because that thing isn't a Ghost Rider. That's a Wraith Radar. Which means it's, again, theory I had last time. Scratch is a Wraith. And, like, most likely it's that one old guy. I can't remember. I don't know old, really. He might just be that he's dead. Or he's, just being a Wraith and stuff that makes him look like that. But that the idea was that Scratch is a Wraith. Because there's that one guy that, like, everyone kind of treats like garbage. Who's always kind of depressed looking and all that. He gives off the same vibes as every other Wraith character so far, which the next episode is about spoilers, Daryl becoming a Wraith. This is a review of this, so I don't know whether I'd say spoilers. But, so yeah, this is a WRAITH-DAR. This is a WRAITH-DAR. So yeah, that's why I was bleeding like crazy. It's like, oh yeah, there's a little ghost. Holy shit, there's a Wraith. Which Scratch is. Scratch is half alive, half dead. Huh.
Back.
Also
So
knows.
I noticed.
What was that?
Well, wait,
Nothing.
I've got a signal.
Beep boop 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 beep boop boop boop.
I love how he
It's
fell
pointing
for that.
outside. Let's go.
Star Wars. That's cool. Wait, what was that? What? That was a reference, I'm pretty sure.
If you want
I don't want to
these
try public. God, I love you, Livy. Freaking
books, you'll have to
ninja.
go through me.
Libby, turning it into a vampire isn't really helping. Please.
Also,
Let
wait.
the expert handle this.
Also, I do actually kind of like how this actually sets something
Hey,
else up,
buddy.
too.
Gloves are coming off. I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm putting on my spooky chairman robe. As chairman, I command you to...
And that
I do kind of like that sets up that, yes, he is the chairman, But that's not going to be able to save us from every other ghost threat that's going to be in this. And basically those two kind of have a whole thing with that while Molly goes around town not really showing, but trying to explain to Ollie that, hey, ghosts could probably...
What if the kindly ghost and her pet bear were helping maintain the town for a
and also another thing
just made up?
Another thing that I really
Or
like
what if
about this show
the ghosts
is
of
it has the darkness / storytelling of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy without having to have the twisted, screwed up ending or characters not liking each other, which I kind of like. Like, here's the thing. I like Billy and Mandy, don't get me wrong. That was a really fun show, and I watched it. But one thing I didn't like about that, as well as, like, a lot of those, there's, like, a kid horror book that was kind of like that, too. It was, like, short horror stories. But, like, every episode ended with, like, some kind of strange twist of fate happening. We're like, oh, she gets turned into a statue that's permanently stuck there forever. It's like, ugh, I'm like, I hate that. like stuff like that. Like, oh yes, I want to be young, beautiful forever. Frozen in stone forever, and you get shit on by birds. Like, there's that, then there's like, I'm trying to think. That was the first one that comes to my head because I remember that episode. Was there one where, because I know they got their heads swapped with a fly. Mandy got swapped with a fly, but I can't remember if she ever got back with that. Or I think she still ate garbage. That one's the least worst one. There's a lot of bad ones that ended like really badly for the characters somehow. And obviously then reset the next day. I do like that the Ghost of Molly Mcgee can have really dark story like that. Certain bits. But also still good. And that gets more in the next episode.
Mayor's past could keep an eye out for Brighton's future. That wouldn't be so bad, right? And what if we became ghosts? Would we be bad?
And also I like that too. Like she's like, what? Like, you know, we're gonna become, we're gonna die. That's when we become ghosts.
I would be the friendliest ghost ever.
I don't know how they draw her right here.
And happifying wherever I went.
It's probably just like freaking thick ass eyeliner. It looks like, I don't know. It has a cool design.
But ghosts aren't like us. They live to scare. They're mean, horrible creatures who prey on helpless kids. No one deserves to live in fear. No one!
Now replace ghosts with any, like legitimately, like ethnicity or something like that. You can definitely, like, immediately see what's kind of wrong with Ollie a bit. He's a bit, like, I get it, too. Like, yes, you could make, I don't know, this feels like a very smart way. Like, if you could use genderless living gems made of hard light to represent gay people and, relations, stuff like that, I think you can use Ollie being like, oh, yeah, and the song that Molly's about to sing, which I'm not going to be able to go through because obviously copyrights, but the song that Molly kind of goes through is,
litter. Better recycle this.
like right here.
Look at him go.
I love this line.
Look at that passion. That can is full, but he keeps jamming trashing. How can it...
Sounds like a moron to me, but whatever. God, I love that how that's an actual line in this. It means at some point they probably wrote the song and said, okay, we need Ollie to throw some trash away in a second in this scene to lead into the song. But pretty much saying like, oh, how good of a boy Ollie is. He helps with why is his
loading her car.
Like Ollie helps old ladies with their cars. Tries to help raccoon from dying.
Raccoon CPR.
Don't you die on me!
Why can't he see?
Again, a little bit to the credit of this show. Again, it can go dark things. Yeah, the raccoon died, but it's still a ghost.
Ghosts aren't the enemy.
Also, I actually do like this song.
He volunteered.
See, and it's something like, yeah, he's a really good guy. He does all these very, very good things.
But so cruel toward the deceased.
But then he'll also hunt down the people and the group of people that he really, really hates and really wants to trap and destroy. And it's like, this is the racist song. This is song, oh God, he's such a great guy, except for his racism. I'm like, what the hell? Like, and I feel like that's like I said, if they could do like a little thing with like gay relations stuff like that with Steven Universe and like Crystal Gems to float under the radar, I think you could use this as a way of saying like, hey, racism's kind of freaking bad. And also like even like when he kind of at one point he even does say why he does this, or why he hates ghosts, and it's the vaguest shit ever.
My name is Ruben Chen. My experience happened one dark and stormy night when I was a boy. I had just finished blowing the dust out of my video game cartridge collection.
I was about to say like I was just thinking in my head like, man, does this mean, because again, first game I ever had, Sega Genesis, does that mean I'm similar age to his dad? And then I'm thinking in my head, actually wait, no, because if he's supposed to be this age, like teenage, when there's game cartridges, that's not the case, because I was like 3 or 4. So no, I'm still younger than his dad. Great.
Video game cartridge collection when I was attacked by a vicious ghost. Since that day, I vowed to prove ghosts.
That's it. That's the reason. So, on 2 cases. One, it shows that the hatred for ghosts started with his dad, and then it was then taught to his kids. Hold on. I just realized this now too. Is this show about to do the idea of hating someone based on who they are or race and stuff like that better than Star Versus? Because that was a whole thing Star Versus was trying to do. It ended in genocide, but it ended by genocide from a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. That's not. Ghost of Molly Mcgee. But yeah, I feel like that might be a running theme throughout this, at least with the Chens. Also, I love this girl. This girl, God, look at that face. She's like, I'm gonna murder some ghosts.
Most unbelievers think we're a joke, but not you, Molly. I feel like you really get me. We both want to goodify the world.
Bye.
God, the way he says it too, when Molly says, I want to happify the world, it feels more genuine and like, yeah, we're going to save the world. When he says it, it's like, we shall make this world happy. I should stop with those. It feels bad. It feels like a villain's speech. Like, tell me this doesn't sound like a villain's speech. Like, we're not so different, you and I.
But not you, Molly. I feel like
also
you really get me. We both want to goodify the world.
Bye.
Tell me that does not look, we want to goodify the world. Like, tell me that doesn't look like a bad guy, like, thing. Like, I really do feel like I'm more leaning towards Ollie at some point is going to snap, and Molly is also going to be like, yeah, there's no helping you. Like, I think that's going to be like a really big plot point for Molly, where he's like, she can't fix everything. I think she's already gone through some of that, but she can't fix everything, and she can't fix other people's prejudices sometimes. So I'm kind of interested, because I do not think Ollie will make it past season 2 in like as either a main character. I do feel like he could come back as a recurring bad guy, maybe, but I do not think he will be a mainstay or main cast character. Like, he has a change of heart. I do not think that. Also, I forgot about the ice cream. God, and even like the eye kind of, he has the crazy look. Also, what is it? When they go there first to get ice cream.
Vanilla fudge.
No, I don't want it. It's too black and white. The world isn't black and white, Ollie!
And the thing is, it's not saying that Molly isn't crazy too, but...
You want to add sprinkles?
Oh, well, if sprinkles are on the table, we should obviously add sprinkles. Look,
Which I love too, because out of that little canister... Oh wait, where is it? Little canister. Somehow had all that in it.
Dear Journal.
Also, throughout this whole thing, Libby's been writing in her journal, saying like, "This is everything about me," which then turns out to be the key to winning, where she throws the book, has to eat it, and it makes a ghost Libby.
That journal really is you.
What have I
Which,
done? This place is a disaster. Right? What's Mom gonna say when she gets back? She's gonna be so disappointed. Yeah, she trusted you.
can I
And
also...
you didn't rise to the occasion. Oh, the shame. This feels worse than the time at Andrea's sleepover in 3rd grade when No need to bring that up.
Can I just... And again, like I was going to say, I got kind of mixed, because at the very end, yeah, they defeat it, it returns the books back to normal, but then it also returns back to being a sprite. How cool would it have been if Libby had her own ghost friend that was literally just a second Libby? And if anything, a cool way you could have done this, too, which would have been kind of badass, was she was more like season 1 Libby, where she was more hesitant and all this. I'm not saying Libby hasn't really changed that much, but you could use Sprite Libby as like a represent A versus representation B. Like, you show like kind of how Libby has progressed a little bit with Molly and stuff like that. Like, maybe she covers for Libby every so often when Molly and Scratch go on an adventure and drag Libby along. Like, I feel like there could have been a really cool dynamic here. And, like, Libby maybe even growing, learning, like, seeing kind of herself, obviously, from this character. I feel like there would have been a really good idea here. Am I going to take that idea and put it in one of my stories? Probably. But, yeah, like, that's just, like, what my thought. Like, man, I was kind of miffed when I found that out. Also, the whole Andrea thing.
Stick to the abridged version. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Libby.
See? Like, how cool would that have been?
Mom!
I honestly think Libby... Here's the funniest thing that I just thought about too. In the last episode I brought up, yeah, like Molly and Ollie are kind of the exact same characters, so there's really no chemistry there in a sense of like, not even like romantic chemistry, I mean in a sense of like working off of each other. Like really like even like now, the only thing that they're really working off of is that Ollie is racist to ghosts. So there's that. And like that's kind of like the whole thing with him. I honestly feel like Libby dealing with like a character that is all of her like insecurities and all that stuff and working off it and growing from that would actually work, which is really funny. That would actually be a really good mirror character to allow Libby to grow a little bit more and become more. So, yeah.
Thing to make this right. You could put all the words back in the books.
See, like, even like that Libby versus this Libby, you feel there's a difference.
Consider it done.
I so love how she just throws it all up. The concept. I want to read all the little things that I'll... Let's see. Now studies a romance relationship, method was developed in 30-year study organic species, isolated, and at first trials, 10 hours, a 14th study. It's adorable. And, like, you know, it shows... It's kind of funny, too, to show, like, the non-human character they were able to have a peaceful resolution with, where Ollie is like, nope, I still hate ghosts.
Scratch, you were right. Ollie may be dreamy, but he's dangerous.
But yeah, that was a really good one.
I hate this.
Molly not
No,
liking,
deep down.
Ollie.
He's just afraid of what he doesn't understand.
And also her making excuses for Ollie. Which, I don't know, it 100% feels like, yeah, she's making excuses, like she wants him to be a good person, but then also, it's like, I feel like her lesson is going to be like, you can't change people unless they want to be changed, and Ollie definitely does not. He sees ghosts as evil, and probably not going to happen, and Molly's probably going to have to cut him off.
Well, this bookstore was completely ruined before the story sprite came to understand me.
So maybe there's still hope?
Huh?
Oh yeah, Libby does some...
Phew.
Whoa! This place is looking cleaner than I left it. Great job, kiddo.
Yes! I nailed it!
You just put a cookbook in the true crime section.
Close enough.
See, she's adorable.
The Ghost and Molly Mcgee.
All right, and then Double Daryl in Trouble. Where I'm gonna say this too, that I like this episode a lot too, because it shows a lot more dynamic than like even some cartoons that I grew up with. The further cartoons, like here, let me.
I've
like
tried
this
everything
bit.
I could think of to mold Daryl into a good student, but we still end up with things like this.
Daryl making this, and like again, classic setup. Kid is bad, quote unquote, in school, and you know, the parents discipline saying,
Could you, Daryl?
Honestly,
Yeah.
getting the chalk was the hardest part. Everything after that was easy.
We'll have a long, hard chat about this after school, young man.
see, one-dimensional parents, which was a thing a lot in you know, early 2000 cartoon stuff like that, because you know, back then it was like, you don't understand us, man. You don't understand us, parents.
No recess until this wall sparkles.
But one thing that I actually really like that shows these characters are a little bit more dimensional than that. Hold on a minute. But something that shows that the parents are a little bit more dimensional than that is this scene.
Wow, that's right. Did he capture O'Connor or what?
And his line work? Chalk is a tricky medium, but he's showing some real artistic potential.
Not that a school wall is an appropriate medium.
Or that his principal is an appropriate subject.
Of course, of course. Grabbed a picture of that, right?
Oh. But
Grabbed a picture of that, right?
like, I love that. I love that a lot. Like, it shows one thing that the parents want are like they're like, okay, yeah, you did bad, but holy shit, did you not do freaking good? Like, God, the art is great. Like, how you did it is amazing. Like, holy hell. Like, I love that. The parents were actually being like not supportive, because obviously they don't have to say it in front, but like, I guess they kind of are supportive in that sense, because they're like, yeah, like, I love our kid. Like, yeah, he does some dumb thing, but like, look at that. Like, hell yeah, that's art. I love that.
Let me get.
God, I love Maul
As you're
too.
here to give me a Molly lecture about being good.
Also, I just love how, well, I don't love that it's typecast, but also this voice actress always, like, no, actually, no, that's not true. She doesn't always do it, because I just remember that she also voices V. So she literally is oh my God, how has that not been how has that not yet been an art piece? Like, how has someone not drawn that yet? Where it's Amethyst and Daryl getting in trouble and V trying to break them out of it. I've seen Molly, Luz, and Anne like interacting with each other, which is really, there's a good little comic series with that. How is V, Daryl, and Amethyst not been a comic series yet? Because that would be those three personalities would work so well off of each other. Because Amethyst and Daryl being pure chaos, and then having V be the one trying to brack them all together and get them out of that chaos. That's a perfect setup. Holy hell.
Okay, fine. But what happened
I said like Good Boy 101 and
to living by the motto, what would Molly do?
She'd probably help her brother clean this wall.
Yeah. Okay, just hand me that scrubber, mister, and let's wait.
I love how good Molly is.
Wait a second. I'm not gonna help you, Daryl. If I do, you're not gonna learn your lesson.
Oh, but look at him, Maul! I love this girl so much.
Okay, I'm just gonna do one little scrub and that's it. Okay, one more.
She can never do just one, Daryl. Don't.
I love this idiot.
Okay, I missed a spot. I'm done. That felt good. All yours, Daryl.
Yeah, this seems like mind-numbing, soulless work. So,
Which this then sets
I'm
up.
gonna go ahead and bounce. Deuces.
Soulless? Wait! Molly, you used a ghost portal to split your spirit and body, right?
She's still cleaning.
Why, yes, I did. To save Scratch in the ghost world. And I would do it again, my buddy.
Okay, well, if you want me to do what Molly would do, then I should split myself in two. Then my soulless shell can clean the wall while I grab some sweet recess action.
Well, I didn't. That is not what I meant. And you know it, Daryl.
I love that. I love that Molly straight. It's not like, well, technically I did do that. And then Molly's like, no, I know you're bull
Only fair,
crapping.
Mal. He's literally doing what you did.
But
Fine. But just for recess, all right? Yes.
which did not expect to ever see WRAITH-DAR. But I do find it funny that he reminds me of Slimer from Ghostbusters. Also, I now more realizing it after the last episode that their eyes, I'm pretty sure, are based off of the Scooby-Doo scary eyes from like the original Scooby-Doo opening. Like, I brought that up last time, but I'm pretty sure now I'm like, yeah, I think that's all the ghosts are made to look like that. And that's kind of an interesting little detail.
All right.
And basically this then leads to the body does whatever. And you can kind of see where this setup is immediately going to go. That the body is going to be pretty much the perfect student. Which also, I will say this right now. Again, this show can get away with a lot of dark themes and stuff like that. Or even like some even good imagery like this. That's kind of gruesome when you think about it.
You know, this actually worked out pretty well. No harm done. But now it's time to get back in your body and go to class.
Oh, better idea.
I love how round they make the ghost to separate from the living, too.
Yeah, shall me go to class? All right.
Daryl, I don't think this is a good...
Molly, look at him. He's so excited to go to class. You can see it on his face.
We should let him finish out the day.
But isn't this cheating?
Also, I wouldn't say it's cheating, but also it brings up this thing because the body does go to school. Will Daryl remember everything his body did? Because the brain is still in there, and the brain is still remembering everything. So you'd imagine that the brain would still keep track of all those things. So then when Daryl got into his body, he would still remember all that. I would imagine that's how it would work. Unless you're going by the idea that the brain is powered by the soul, and then that's the... Anyways.
O'Connor wants me to be good. Mom and Dad want me to be good. You
go away.
Want me to be good. Well, I'm being good. See?
Oh, look at him. He's taking notes. Okay, just until school's over.
You got it. Since I'm invisible.
And these two...
Ready for some consequence-free pranks?
I was wondering how long it'd take you to connect those dots.
I honestly do love the friendship between these two also. It's really good. Like, these two really work off of each other very well also, including like, obviously, like, Scratch Off of Molly, but Scratch Off of Daryl, too, is actually really good, like, pairing for Mischief.
There ain't no prank they won't play.
And we have music of them having a little montage of screwing with people. Which, like... Yeah, like, I'm 100% this is something he would do.
Thank you kindly, Daryl. I appreciate that very much.
Well, they're...
Weird, but alright. But basically we find out that apparently everyone likes Daryl, soulless Daryl more.
Grounded. Principal O'Connor just called and said you were like a whole new kid today.
O'Connor said, and I quote, Daryl was a model student.
God, the crack and then just the animation of it. Beautiful. Like the crack sound effect, yeah, that's something that's been done before when like, oh, the realization sets in. But yeah, like, it kind of give you Looney Tunes-esque
We are
feels.
so proud of you. Hooray.
Okay, you've earned a trait. What do you want? Ice cream.
And that's like, and again, it's sinking in that like, if anything, I think this says like a really good idea of obviously like tell your kids when they do something wrong, but also make sure to tell them like, you know, what you are proud of them for and what you do like, or just not even just your kids, people in general. Because obviously if they do stuff and then it's like always negative, it's like, look, but this is like some of the good things you can do. Like that is a really good thing.
I know you're just a body and not my real brother, but oh, look at us.
No shenanigans, all schoolwork. This is nice.
Molly, too. And
That one's kind of messed up because Molly's just straight saying like, yeah, I like this Daryl. Even though she obviously, Molly 100%, I believe, yes, she loves her brother, but also not 100% saying, I think she also loves her soulless brother too.
she knows he's not mean, which makes it worse. My whole family likes him better. Why?
Yeah, I mean, just be.
This voice actress will never, he always gets characters who have some kind of existential crisis of someone else will like them more being someone else. That is a concept between all three characters that I know of. Where V, everyone, well, actually, no. V, it was kind of the opposite. V was the one, quote unquote, that everyone liked more than Luz. Luz actually had the flip side of that one. But Amethyst and Daryl, yeah, they're having the crisis of, like, they want me to be someone else or something else.
Because he's a model student and a well.
Actually, if anything, no, because even with V, you actually did have Camilla not liking that Luz wasn't being Luz. Like, Camilla still wanted her daughter back. Like, she wasn't like, oh yeah, new Luz is great. Like, Camilla was still bummed about that. So actually, no, all three characters have had the thing like, I prefer this other version of you. Though eventually Camilla obviously loves her second daughter as who she is, so that's
and a
great.
thoughtful brother.
Oh yeah, it's freaking Scratch. I love this line.
He's a model student.
It's worse. My whole family likes him better. Why?
Yeah, I mean, just because he's a model student and a well-behaved son and a thoughtful brother. Hold on a minute. You know what? I see it now. Quite clearly. Wow.
Well, if they love that
God damn, I love
stupid shell more than they love me, they can have him. I'll just stay a ghost forever.
Uh-huh. What? No!
I love Scratch. Like, oh god, this is gonna come back to bite my ass. Pizza. Is that? I assume that's a. Wait, is that lit? Okay. A few things. One, this is a good run through, I guess. Cave. Is that supposed to be a cave story? Cave Crashers. That is. Is that supposed to be Night in the Woods? Also, Game Boy with math, but Godzilla, that bunny thing. Is this supposed to be Pizza Planet, kind of? But also, is that supposed to be Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild?
No, wait!
You're the only one who likes the real me, Scratch. What do you say? You and me hit the ghost world?
You do remember that he lives in this house.
I mean, this is really...
And he already knows he'll get in trouble.
Spiraled out of control, has it? You can't stay a ghost forever? Now, I can't think of a reason right now.
Castle Crashes, the Cave Crashes, okay.
Get out of here, you piece of garbage! Just give me 5 minutes, okay? Yeah, then you'll have everything. My family, my friends, my blueprint.
Greatest pranks, silly string, school, surprise. Oh, Jesus. Whoopee cushions after they say Pledge of Allegiance on every bleacher. Whoopee cushions 150 to count stop. Jesus! Molly Stinky Feet. Ugh. Prank. Pie Mageddon. Prank for any Phantom Party. Enlist Scratch. For prank having haunt substitute teacher until they leave. No home.
Prints for future pranks that will no doubt go to waste.
Is that Baymax?
Goodbye, room.
LOL, poggers, ready to raid, let's kick booties.
Bye, life. Goodbye, Heidi Hairy Legs.
Goodbye, boy child, thanks for all the crickets. But, I don't know, one thing I actually like about this too, because this could have been like an entire episode of him sulking and all that stuff. But they cut that out pretty quick, which I like too.
Does Daryl seem a little strange to you?
Oh, I am so glad you said it. I know he's behaving better and all, but...
It's like the spark has gone out of him.
See, and I like that too. It's this sense of, I like this in a sense of, yeah, the parents are saying like, no, yeah, we love our son. We just don't want him to get in trouble. We love who he is. Personality-wise, we love who he is. We just don't want him getting in trouble. And I like that.
Just this morning, he was doing hilariously insulting caricatures of authority.
Instinctify.
Figures.
Would you have only gotten funnier with time?
Also, it's also funnier that They take pictures of all of this and they keep them. I love that.
Oh no, did we break his spirit? Sharon, we broke our son.
Wait.
And even then, they blame themselves. I'm like, okay, I like this.
Mom and Dad actually do love the real me. The soulful, troublemaking real me. Molly too, probably.
That's a very big problem. That is a problem.
No one's picking that shell over you. Except maybe O'Connor, but, can you blame him?
I cannot. Scratch.
And then we have this scene where he called his body trash, so his body throws himself out. And again, I want to bring up a little bit of the darkness of this show a little bit again. The idea that if he didn't go after his body, one, he wouldn't be dead. And they would find, at some point, the charred corpse of a child in the garbage furnace. Boo! Sweet Granny, every morning I wake up dawn and work on my current knitting project while listening to the radio. Then I have lunch, usually egg salad. And while I digest, I keep knitting until bingo night. We know where you're really from because they're knitting so much. Knitter's World, back to this.
Okay. Focus, Daryl.
Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me personally, but I just find that like a really dark idea of like, holy shit, he's trying to save himself from dying. Like, and I don't mean that in a sense of like, oh, you're they're trying to stay alive and stuff. It's like, no, it's like, again, if you go with like one of those, okay, the most recent one I can think of, and this is a book series because my sister reads them, and I bought her a few because I wanted her to read them because I like when she reads them and then tells me back what the hell happened. The Five Nights at Freddy's, like, Tales from the Pizzeria, or the Tales from the, Fright Bear, whatever the hell it was. Those ones. Like, I think like 80 to 90% of the time, there's some messed up ending at the end where a girl says, oh, I want to die, and then is murdered inside spoilers, I guess, murdered inside of a Funtime Freddy, where then her parents are like, oh, where is she? Oh, after like her thinking like, oh, they didn't care about her, didn't get her any gifts, and then he's like, oh, where is she? Oh, she's went for a walk. Here, I'll put her gifts next to the door so when she comes home. Like, stuff like that. It's just like, why? Why do you want a dark ending like that? Like, man, that's the thing. If this was Billy and Mandy, this whole lesson would happen. And I guess, in a sense, it's like, be thankful for what you... Be thankful. And I'm like, I get it. Fine. Yeah, you be thankful for your life and all that. I understand that. On the flip side of that, I don't want to see someone else go through that shit and make it go bad. Like, God. Like, oh, God, I should make a whole rant video about the FNAF horror books. But, yeah, so like, if this was Billy and Mandy, because, spoilers, he saves his body. But here, Billy and Mandy, right here would be the difference between the two, where... Oh. Sorry. Right there, he wouldn't be able to reach... He wouldn't be able to reach his body. His body would fall in the fire, and he's stuck as a ghost. That is it. That's the end of the Billy and Mandy. Like, uh-oh. And then that's where it ends. That he's now permanently dead. That would be the ending of a Billy and Mandy one, or like one of those types of stories. I hate that because it's kind of sucky.
I'm so sorry. I abandoned you, body.
And then, like, obviously there's no cover back up, or like, Billy has Billy and Mandy just reset the next episode.
Do it again, ever, okay? Bring it in, bro. Okay, let's go home.
Dumbass.
Right, not a ghost anymore.
But yeah, I like that. And then there's the whole thing where when he comes back.
Okay.
Daryl is back.
Yes. Oh, I know you had fun.
And also it does show that Molly does love her brother.
Okay, maybe I did a little too, but I need my real brother.
And I need my real partner in crime. We get a lot more variety as a duo this way.
I don't know, but yeah.
Mom, Dad, I know I was really good today, but it's just not sustainable. I'm gonna get into all kinds of classic Daryl shenanigans, and if you love me, you'll just have to accept me as I am.
Oh, Daryl, we love you as you are.
It's adorable.
Even with all the trips to the principal's office, the detention slips, after-school detentions, before-school detentions, in the middle of school.
And I brought it up a few times before. I was on a first name basis. I think a lot of kids were. Well, I know. I think the principal knew me specifically. I went to the detention a lot. But mind you, the one that, hold on. Let me rephrase this. I did go to detention a lot when I was in 5th to 8th grade or whatever. Like around there. I was like half of school. I was in the detention a lot, got in a lot of fights, made some friends that probably weren't the greatest, and then got punched by those friends, and then somehow thought they were somehow I made better friends after we fought. But anyways, I did make a kid cry once, which was really funny. Not because I fought. He beat me, mind you. I forgot how it exactly happened. He then punched me in the gut. I lost my breath. We both got in trouble. Then at one point, me and him, we were in a music class. Me and him, his name was Garrick. I'm not going to say his last name because I don't remember his last name. I just remember his name was Garrick because there's another kid named Derek who also tried to bully me. Maybe I think the reason why I kept getting sentenced was also because I didn't let them try to bully me, and that's always got me into more fights than anything. I'm going to go with that. But, because I got in so many goddamn fights. That was before I learned martial arts. And once I learned martial arts, nobody wanted to fight me. And I'm like, God damn it. But in any case, anyways, I would like, me and him were getting taken out of music. And I'm like, and mind you, music, sorry if the teacher ever recognized me or something. I did not like music class all that much there. It was kind of annoying and kind of really boring. That being said, I did learn about like stuff about the slavery and like stuff through there. Well, not slavery like that in a sense. Slavery like using the Ursa Major as like the chariot to go north, and like that they would sing to give like tell other slaves how to move north. I'm like, I like that. That was cool. I did like that little bit of history info that I got from music class and not history. But beside that point, me and him got pulled out and we were getting taken to, I don't know, middle detention? I don't know what the hell this was. And I remember us walking there, and I remember I looked at Garrick, and I looked at him and I'm like, thanks. Honestly, I'm kind of happy we're not in music class. And he just started crying. He said, shut up! He started crying, and I'm like, I'm the one who got punched in the stomach and got the wind knocked out of me. And he's the one and we're both in trouble. And he's the one that's crying. God. If you're gonna punch someone, God, never mind. Yeah, that was, to this day, I kind of laugh at that. And Garrick, if you recognize me, hi! But I doubt it. But yeah, like, then again, whatever. Yeah, so in any case, yeah, that was a one time. But yeah, me and Daryl are a little bit of that note. Also in high school, at least the first year, I was in homework detention because in homework, that school was different. If you didn't push in your chair, you got into homework detention. If you didn't have an answer on your homework and you wanted to ask the teacher about it, but you didn't do the work, but you didn't do the question, you would get sent to homework detention. And if you got enough homework detention, you then got sent to actual detention because Fridays were half days. But unless you had detention, which they stayed in the rest of the half day, you were doing military drills. This wasn't a military school. It was a charter school in Chicago, in downtown. The year after, their parents literally, and also you had to pay, I think, $5, I think, for if your kid got sent to the detention thing, which the year after, there was a protest from all the parents. And yeah, and also I think like we were using Millennium Park as a place to go work out and run around and stuff for gym. I think the city even said like, no, you can't do that now. So it wasn't just me. That school was bad. And honestly, me just saying charter school in a high rise in Chicago near Millennium Park, you could probably use that Google to find that school. In any case, or if you know what school that is, you immediately can know which high school that is. In any case, Shit. Let me think. Yeah, then I went to another high school after that year, and I think I went to. Did I even ever go to detention? I don't think I ever did. So yeah, it was the school. But that being said, school. What? Where was I going with this? I can't even remember now. School bad. No, yeah, like I got sent to detention a lot, so yeah. But yeah, although I did make some good friends with the dean of discipline, who then later became my homeroom teacher, and again, no problems after that. Even with my other homeroom teacher saying I was, bad. Which also, fun fact, I'm off on a giant tangent, but I really love this part, and I would love to make an animated video of this one. So spoilers, I guess, too, for maybe a future video. God, I should really just make this a whole thing. But in any case, at one point, teacher grabbed me, got mad at me because I shoved a bunch of vegetables in my mouth after he told me to eat my vegetables. And he grabbed me, I don't know where he was taking me, I think to detention too, I don't remember. Or his homeroom, like, you do that here, whatever. And I'm like, and I started talking to him, like, oh, what the hell do you mean? Like, I did what you said. And he then said, like, be quiet. And I said, aren't you the history teacher? Aren't you the one that teaches me about the First Amendment, that I can say whatever the hell I want? And he didn't like that. Also, I would say he looked like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, because that's what everyone said, but I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But in that same way, I kind of said that he looked like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. So if you see me, Mr. Know your name, I don't want to say it. Especially because apparently he's now a principal at some school. So yeah, no, screw you, bud. No. But the dean of discipline and the security guard who ran the detention, best teachers in that entire school. Best teachers. And I say that 100%. The dean of discipline and the security guard were the best teachers in that high school in Chicago, a charter school in a high-rise downtown next to Millennium Park. Understand that. And if you ever have kids in the future, or if your parents watch this, I don't know why, but if you are, or hell, if anything, if you ever are in Chicago, look at that high school that's in a high-rise downtown next to Millennium Park. Do not send your kid there. Do not send your kid to any charter school. That is a noble charter school, quote unquote. Do not. If they're anything like the one I was at, no. Any case, yeah, I like that whole bit with Daryl thing, because I did cause some stress with certain things too. Actually, the first detention I ever came down with, God, I went on an entire massive tangent. I'm sorry. But first detention I ever came down, first detention that there ever was, I was a smart ass to the very end, especially because we were doing military drills and I was already doing martial arts. So none of those military drills did nothing to me. Because I was pumping, like, do another 100. Okay, sir, whatever you say, I'm going to keep doing it. He's like, stop talking. Are you sure? I'm really good at talking. Basically I came down with the dean of discipline and the security guard, who later on, again, became my homeroom teacher, and again, best teachers, those who are the best teachers. And if I remember, actually, I don't know if my old homeroom teacher became a principal. I know the dean of discipline did, and I'm very happy for that school. And it's like, you probably have one of the best principals. I'm just saying that right now. Any case, let's keep going.
Detentions.
But we'd love you without those things too.
So you see, I like that. We love who you are. We just don't want you getting in trouble.
And look, you can forget WWMD. Maybe instead try WWDDTWGHIT.
I love Scratch. It's like, what?
What would Daryl do that won't get him in trouble?
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, I need a drink of water.
It's pretty good. Actually, wait, is there anything? All right. Yeah, but anyways, these episodes were fun. I went on a massive ass tangent at the end. I'm sorry. It's probably 40-minute episode again. But yeah, this is great. I love this episode. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you're watching, I'm definitely going to check out more of this and Moon Girl. Moon Girl is, I think, all on Disney Plus. And so I think I can look at the episode. I think they might have all the episodes on YouTube too. I hope, because that made it way easier than me having to edit around this stuff. And if you're wondering why I edit around certain check marks or certain showing of where this website is because I don't want Disney finding it to then, it. Because it is a really good way of watching it without needing to, without needing to, get screwed over or, without having it, a cable. Anyways, thanks for watching two videos. I don't links from my Facebook description. Other videos. Hopefully enjoy this and support this show officially, and we will. See you later. Yeah, this is great.